You followed the rules. You stayed quiet. You tried to be good, honest, fair, but somehow that made you invisible. They mistook your patience for weakness, your silence for consent, your kindness for softness. You were loyal. They were calculated. You opened your heart, and they brought blades. You thought the world would reward decency. It doesn't. It only respects power, okay? And power doesn't speak. It moves. It moves through doors you never knew existed, because it doesn't knock. It doesn't wait. It takes up space without asking, because it knows it belongs there. There comes a moment when a man stops hoping to be understood and starts acting with purpose. When he stops explaining his intentions and starts making people feel them. No more apologies, no approval seeking, no more soft edges. That moment is the death of the man you were and the birth of the presence you must become. Not a louder man, not a harsher one, just one that no longer dilutes himself for the comfort of others. Machiavelli called it God mode. No emotion, no hesitation. Just cold logic wrapped in silence, executed with ruthless precision. You become the storm. Others must adapt to the ghost they can't predict, the threat they can't counter. You move without traces, act without warning, and leave only aftermath in your wake. You stop trying to be understood and start becoming unforgettable. Because when you enter a room, your energy precedes you. People feel something shift, though they don't know why. It's not arrogance, certainty. It's the quiet awareness that nothing in that room controls you. Not their opinions, not their validation, not even their threats. And that terrifies them. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be respected or feared. Either works. This isn't about motivation. This is transformation. It's not about becoming better. It's about becoming untouchable. Before you become powerful, you must kill the part of you that needs to be seen. Praise is a leash disguised as affection. Recognition is a poisoned apple. The moment you crave applause, you've already surrendered your edge. The powerful aren't seen. They're felt. They move in silence and strike in shadows. God mode doesn't begin when others notice you. It begins when their opinions no longer dictate your motion. When you stop acting for validation and start moving with intention, detached, cold, and surgical. They won't respect you until you can damage them without raising your voice, okay? They won't acknowledge your presence until it haunts their comfort. Let them ignore you, okay? Let them underestimate you. That is your leverage. While they parade, you plan. While they talk, you calculate, in silence, in solitude, in a realm beyond their understanding. Understand this, the most dangerous men are not loud. They are unreadable. The ones who seem passive until the moment of collapse. That's when they strike, not in anger, but in certainty. They don't explain. They don't ask. They deliver. Step 1. Be unpredictable. Unpredictability is your first weapon. The average person is a walking pattern, and patterns are easy to control. The moment they think they've got you figured out, you shatter their illusion. Change your rhythm. Delay your response. Break eye contact unexpectedly. Leave conversations half finished. Be kind, then cold, warm, then silent. Inconsistency in a calculated form disorients people. They don't know what you'll do next. They stop trying to control you and start trying to appease you. That shift, when they begin managing their behavior around you, is when you begin to dominate. Predictable people are slaves to perception. You are no longer predictable. You are controlled chaos, a chessboard they can't read. Step 2. Control is your religion. Power isn't about force, it's about composure. Emotional control is the foundation of God mode. You move through life with a calm, lethal grace. You speak rarely, and when you do, every word lands with weight. You're not provoked easily because reaction is a sign of weakness. You train yourself to detach, observe everything, absorb nothing. And when that 5% moment comes, when someone steps too far, threatens your peace, crosses a boundary, you strike. Not wildly, not with anger, but with ruthless precision. Like a snake, still and silent until it strikes. And that strike is never forgotten. Step 3. Weaponize absence. If your presence should be valuable. Scarcity creates demand. If you're always available, you become background noise. But when you vanish strategically, people start to notice how loud your silence is. Pull back from a room, a relationship, a platform, and let the void you leave behind speak louder than your presence ever could. Your disappearance should spark curiosity, regret, fear. It forces reflection. Your absence becomes a mirror they can't avoid. And in that mirror, they see what they lost, what they never understood. Be missed, be remembered. Make your absence more powerful than their attention. Step 4. Never explain. Explaining is a weakness disguised as logic. The moment you explain yourself, you hand over your power for validation. You're saying, please understand me, please approve of me, please don't misunderstand me. But here's the truth. Lions don't explain themselves to sheep. Kings don't justify their decisions to the crowd. Gods don't ask mortals for understanding. Okay? When you explain, you expose. You open the vault of your mind and let people dissect you. Your motives, your intentions, your soul laid bare. And once they see it, they'll try to shrink it down to fit their tiny worldview. If they can label you, they can dismiss you. But if they can't define you, they fear you. Mystery is dominance. When you move without justification, when you make a bold choice and offer no explanation, people are forced to wonder. Why did he do that? What's his angle? What does he know that we don't? That silence becomes psychological warfare. Every blank you leave unfilled is a battlefield in their minds. And, while they're overthinking, you're already 10 steps ahead. Power is quiet. Okay? It doesn't beg to be seen or understood. It simply is. It acts. Okay? And because it acts with zero explanation, it becomes mythic. Okay? You become untouchable, someone people can't predict, can't control, can't reduce. Let your actions echo louder than words. Do what needs to be done. Say little. Explain nothing. Watch how their minds spiral, trying to catch up. That's power. That's God mode. This is how legends are born, not in noise, but in the storm before the noise. Machiavelli never idolized kings who roared. He admired those who whispered, and the world moved. Be the one they can't predict, can't read, can't prepare for. Let them see nothing. Let them feel everything. And let that be enough. Don't just build your name, build your absence. Make people wonder where you are. Make them itch at the silence you leave behind. They must fear your return more than they celebrate your presence. Silence isn't the absence of noise. It is the presence of weight. A pressure in the air, a shadow without form. You don't need to shout when the wind already howls your name. You don't need to convince when your myth does the talking. Machiavelli didn't praise loud kings. He respected the silent architects, the ones who never raised their voice but controlled every room. The shadow behind the throne. Don't let them see your hand. Only let them feel the consequences. Let others take credit. Let them seek fame. You seek control. Quiet, permanent, undeniable. While they chase recognition, you build influence. One conversation, one move, one whisper at a time. Power isn't in domination, it's in design. People will never fear what they understand, so make yourself unexplainable. Become the presence they feel but never figure out. Let them project greatness onto you. Let them imagine what they can't see, cause imagination breeds fear, and fear breeds control. When your image becomes untouchable, your influence becomes automatic. You don't need to convince. You don't need to beg. You exist, and the world adapts. And then comes the final chain, emotion, the most invisible leash of them all. It is the last leash, as long as you feel you can be played. Guilt, anger, pride, affectional tools in someone else's hands. Cut them. Feel, but never react. Observe, but never flinch. They betray you, and you smile. They underestimate you, and you wait. They strike, and you vanish, until it's time. And then you end it without words. Machiavelli didn't worship emotion. He studied it. He turned it into a weapon, not a weakness. Justice is a lie told to the powerless. You want fairness? Build leverage. You want peace? Command respect. You want power? Stop needing to be seen as good. You don't rise to explain. You rise to rule. They will say, you're cold, okay? They will call you ruthless. But in truth, you've simply stopped asking permission to be great. You no longer beg for peace. You carry it inside you. And if they disturb it, they pay. God mode is not a costume. It's a commitment. Once you activate it, you do not turn it off, ever, because comfort is the final test. After you win, after they fear you, the trap is to want their love again. Don't. That cage is always open. A step inside, and you'll never leave it again. Let them keep their applause. You keep your throne. Let them laugh now. You build your legend. Power does not beg. Power does not boast. Power simply is. So now you know. God mode isn't about ego, noise, or dominance. It's about silence, stillness, precision. It's not about acting tough. It's about becoming untouchable. When you stop chasing validation and start moving with purpose, everything changes. People feel the shift. They can't explain it, but they respect it. Or fear it. Welcome to God mode.